Do do. There we go. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, it's a lovely day. Good morning. Good morning to you. I like that. But you know what I'm going to do? Oh my goodness. Look at all this going on. I want to, where is it? Because I need it on the phone. Uh-oh, there we go. Wait a minute, that's not it. That's not what we want. This is not it. How did that happen? Huh? I got something. Okay, hold on 1 second. Remember, I'm live already. See? Good morning, Marina. I told you I can't feel the heat. Can you turn it up, please? I'm looking for... Good morning, Allison. Good morning, Vinny Viv. Good morning, Anna. You guys, I can't see on my own phone where my own Facebook is. Goodness. Let's see. I'm going to get it, though, because you see what happens once this fills up. I can't see all the rest of your comments. Hey, Elisa. Oh, goodness. Let's see here. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I should be able to do it this way. Y'all bear with me on this morning. Let's see. This is not what I want to do. You know what I can do? Let's see. Hello? I'm just going to go for it. Okay. I cannot see what's going on, but we're going to get on with it because y'all got things to do. How about that? Y'all not going to hold you up just waiting for me to find this whole thing on the phone. All right. And let's see. How do I do that? Let's see. Well, hopefully it'll roll for me. Good morning, Catherine. How are you this morning? All right. I mean, it's morning for me. But on this beautiful day that we come together in this lovely way, I wish you guys the best ever. And as I promised, today we are doing manifesting. And I'm trying to say how I want to say it because sometimes we use language that actually is the setback. So because it's such a lovely day, a lovely morning, let's use proper language. Okay? Proper language. All right. Today's topic is perfecting manifesting. There. All right? And so, of course, I'm going to go into, because the question was actually if there's a problem, like that word problem, and I'm going to deal with that too, okay? So today is going to be a little bit different on how people talk about it. And you guys know it's a good morning. It's a good morning. You know, when I get to talking about stuff, you know, for me, it's not all violins and harps. You know, that's my joke with the angels. I used to go, well, you know, you guys not doing anything but playing violins and harps. And that's the joke. But actually, they were actually kind of insulted about that. So, just so you know. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Helen. Good morning. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Linda. Oh, here we go. Good morning, Lena. It's going for me now. It got a little bit stuck. Good morning, Nadisha. Good morning, Margaret. Oh, you slept 9 hours. I'm so jealous right now. I slept an hour and a half, you guys. An hour and a half. But that's because I was trying to upload last night's video. And for whatever reason, I think it's because really it's so many people on these social platforms. And so you can't just upload like you used to. And good morning, Roxanne. Oh, and there you guys talking to each other. All right, let's see. And that's, you hear it? That's it. So now it's a good morning. Let's go into it. Now let's see, which way do I want to do it first? you know what? I think I'm going to handle this from the aspect that most people, you know how with manifesting, there's usually a bit of a complaint. Like we might not want to admit it, but most people will have on the inside, even if they don't verbalize it, there's a bit of a complaint about manifesting for themselves. Okay, so I'm gonna handle it from there. So first things first. Let me see. Oh, I'll get it. Do you guys know what me and sleep? This is sidebar. I've always been one who didn't sleep the way that most people sleep. Like I used to get in trouble for having a flashlight under my sheets at 3 years old, looking through my little books because I was excited to learn how to read and sound out syllables and my phonics and such. So I've always been like this. This is not abnormal for me. It's just that every now and then I do like to sleep long, but most of the time I'm so passionate about getting stuff done, I am okay with sacrificing the sleep part. It's just that I know that in order to stay healthy, you still have to sleep a certain amount, okay? So let me go into what I was talking about here so that we can clearly get into it, get it rolling. I think I can move it pretty fast and quickly so that we get a sound base with it, okay? All right, so what I want to do is get with the problem first. So the meaning of actual problem, I don't know if we actually think like this, but I like to go through it like this because sometimes to understand the meaning of things, not only the way people perceive them today, like modern ways, but also to understand what you're really doing, it helps because then consciously you can choose what you really want to do and fulfill that. You see, good morning. We're talking about fulfilling whatever you want in your life journey. And it is possible. Yes, it is. So problem. You know what a problem is? A problem, a definition for problem is it's really an energy or a situation or a circumstance that is perceived to be. Okay? Perceived to be. Not concrete, not solid, perceived to be. That means that it's going to be according to the individual who is looking at it or in it. That means it's not like everybody has a heart that beats. No, it's not a constant. All right, it's something it's going to come from your mind and perception, and it's perceived to be a block or something that inhibits, like inhibiting an easy flow of a situation, or something that limits or slows down or halts or stops. Excuse me, guys. That's what a problem is. It's an energy, a situation, or a circumstance that is perceived to be, excuse me again, a block or a limit or something that inhibits or stops. Okay? Now, you know, excuse me, there's also the word problem used in like mathematical equations, right? But really, those are just equations where you balance on one side and the other. It's only a problem if the answer is unforeseen when the teacher and the instructor is presenting it, or the test. You know how we have problems and stuff. When they write them down, they call it a problem. But the word is only used when the answer is not there. Once the answer is there, the word problem is removed. You notice? So it's only the perception of the limit or the inhibiting. Okay? So now, the next thing I want to address is lack. The word lack, L-A-C-K, lack. All right? Because in our culture, especially now, modern days, this is all over the planet, all over Mother Earth. It's a good morning. We're talking about the whole earth, okay? What's happened is over time, the focus of the people at the mass level, and I usually say inhabitants instead of just people, but in this particular case, I'm saying people because this does not include the trees and nature and such. This is people now. The focus has leaned toward what's missing, what's not right, what is not beautiful, what's not good enough, what can hurt you. In other words, what is harmful. So there's been a shift of paying attention to that which is needed, that which is missing. So do you hear it? So that is a lack focus. That is, you don't have enough. You can run out of things. The whole focus has shifted, and this is, why it's so popular now for people to present in ways, you can have your dreams, you can have your life fulfilled, you can, wealth and riches and all this, you can have it, and you don't have to live like ba ba ba, how they say, right? Well, the truth is, like I was addressing last night, abundance is your sovereign divine design. This is nothing that you have to get things, all your ducks in a row in order to have it. It's already there, and actually you put more energy into the blocking and the clogging of it. So that's what makes the appearance of abundance trickling, but it's really not that way. Okay, so lack is a state of being without, just like that. Lack is a state of being without. So you can put that into all types of areas in one's own life journey. You can be without friends. You can be without comforts. You can be without well-being and health. You see, so it goes across the board. So understand that lack is a state of being. However, it's one that has been cultivated over time. So once you realize, okay, I see what I'm doing. I'm participating in lack consciousness right now. All right, so let me deal with that. Let me shift. All right, I am abundant. I am abundant. Let me breathe. Let me activate myself with my own divine flow that is in my own breath. It's already in there. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to work at it. This is not labor. Let me just let my natural divine design flow. Let me get out the way because I am abundant. I am abundance. Everything and all energy serve me. I'm letting it happen. I'm saying yes to it all. So that's the secret to when you catch yourself in some kind of lack, okay? Now, manifest. It's a good morning. We are doing manifest. All right. Let me keep up with y'all's comments now. Oh, good morning, Pablo. All right. Okay, I got it all. Yes. Now, manifest. Now, when you look up manifest in like the Google or the newer dictionaries, it's gonna say something different than what I'm about to say. I'm just putting you guys on notice now because I have a way of going into the old language and the actual meanings of things because of the way English is formed. It's really like a dialect. It's not a solid language. It's a dialect. So what you do is you look at all the Latin connections of it, and then that's how you can find what things originally meant. Now, that doesn't mean that in our modern societies, it actually means that now. It's a good morning. Because we're talking about the origination of things. So manifest is one of those fun words. I love it. Now, mani has to do with the hands. By the way, you guys, remember your hands as I'm talking. Remember your hands as I'm talking. Okay? Now, mani has to do with your hands. You know how many of us, we go to the salon and we get a mani-pedi. You see that? So you know the pedi, that's the feet. And the mani, that's the hands, all right? Now, fest has to do with celebration, all right? So this is where it's going to get really wonderful to understand. Manifest is actually bringing something about with our own hands, which also includes energy that flows through the hands, with our own hands, bringing something about into existence with our own hands in a state of celebration. You see? Now you know how this is Los Angeles, so we have every kind of fest under the sun. We have the art fest, the wine fest, the jazz fest. You see it? So there's all of these fests, which is celebration of whatever that word is that comes before it. You see? So in this particular case, we have manifest, the celebration of what we bring forth into existence. That's what the I is, by the way. Many. What we bring forth into manifestation is bringing it forth with our own hands with the energy of celebration, which is passion. Did I say that clear enough? So it's not like, oh, we got to throw a party because we're going to bring something into existence. Do. Now, you can do it like that because it's kind of fun. And remember, I always teach that joy is jet fuel. You want something to come into existence quickly, you throw some joy on it, it comes in quickly. Okay? So the thing is that when you find yourself, and we all know the feeling when something gets so good to us, we don't even want to stop and eat or stop and go to bed, and we know we should go to bed. See, that's really my problem. That's not really a problem, but that's really what I get into. I get into really doing stuff with in such a passionate connection that things that should be according to like standards and stuff, I kind of let them go out of the window sometimes because of the passion that I have in the creations that I'm doing and the manifestations that I'm bringing forth. Okay, so I hope that's clear what I'm saying. Manifest is that which we bring forth with our own hands, even if it's the energy that comes through the hands, with celebration energy, which is passion. All right, that's manifest. So now, doesn't that clear some things up when you say, oh, you know how sometimes one can get down on themselves and go, what is it? Why am I not manifesting the way I want to? And because remember now, there's no limits. There's no limits. And manifesting doesn't have a speedometer. You know, like we do in the car where you can measure 45 miles an hour or 80 kilometers per hour, you know, depending on which system your speed dial is on, right? This is, I want you to understand that the energy of, it's a good morning. I'm describing moping, okay? The energy of the moping and the complaining actually does what? It slows down what you want to manifest. It slows it down because what happens is in order to do your moping or I'm not happy with or it's not up to speed, it's not up to par, all of those type of things, in order to do all of that there's less passion involved and there's more energy into what? The lack. I mean, that's why I defined that because I knew I was going to have to go there. You see, there's more energy into the state of being without. So whatever you give more energy and attention to, you manifest. You see that? So it's just so easy once you really look at it. And that's why little baby children are very good at it because it's actually simple. It's the process of growing up that gets us all kind of twisted up with what we're supposed to do and how to do it. And we get fussed at starting with our parents and then teachers and then maybe the different institutions that we participate in. And there's all these rules that say you got to do it like this, like that, like this, like that. And then when you mess it up, maybe there's some extra on you and you have these memories. You don't want to be a bad person. All this stuff, it all gets in the way. So the more you can just set yourself free from it and go, you know what, I'm fine like I am. It's all right. Just because I'm not doing it according to the way it was taught or the way people say it should go, I'm still getting it done. It's all right. You got to be able to tell yourself that. and you got to be able to be honest with yourself. Like I said earlier, when you catch yourself doing the, man, you kind of internally fussing. You got to realize, I'm clogging up my own filter right now. Look at me. This is lack consciousness. I'm doing it right now. Why am I sitting here using my creative energy to talk about and feel into and participate in and give myself the perception manifested in lack, rather than look at this minute and go, okay. All right, what am I doing to slow this down? You know what? Let me get out the way and make sure I have some happy energy flowing. And sometimes you just walk away from whatever you're doing for just a minute. Put it down. Go do something else that you can actually do, even if it's go and make some dinner or something, or go and just kind of, put on some music and move your body, right? So, you get something going there, and it switches the energy that you're in immediately, you see? And then from there, you can create and maybe get some clarity, and new ideas will come in. You go, oh, I forgot all about this. I can be doing that. So you see how it's still a joyous way to tackle what you want to do. You see, even though you're bringing an adjustment to yourself to step out of the area that was there in the lack consciousness when you were complaining or internally just kind of whining about it. You actually can switch yourself, but however, only you can do this for yourself again. You see, this kind of thing that I'm talking about, and some people go really deep into it, and so it'll go slower and slower and slower as far as manifestation goes. It'll be slow, like wet cement. You know how slow that pours? That doesn't pour like a fresh water with no gook in it and clear. That pours really fast. But wet cement, boy, or how about molasses in the wintertime? How you gonna pour that? That is slow. Now it still pours, notice. It still pours. It's just slow. And if you're not careful, you'll sit up and complain about the slowness rather than, let me heat this up. Let me warm. First thing I can do is warm up my hands and warm this molasses up. Look, okay, now it's going a little faster. All right, now I can put it over some heat, and now it's really going to warm up, and you start coming up with your whole abundance of ideas for bringing the faster flow. Okay? So that's how it looks in everyday life. It is to be able to recognize where you really are. Because remember, you are running this thing. It doesn't matter how much is coming from outside and what the news reports are and what our friends say and what's happening on the movies and, it goes like that. Here, you got to listen here. Okay, you got to be honest with yourself. Like, am I clogging up my flow? If your answer is yes or no. And it's just, are you going to be honest enough to listen to that which is coming forth from thine own self? Okay? All right. It's a good morning. We have some clarity on manifesting. We have clarity on lack. And we have clarity on problem is just a perception, you see. All right, my dears, let's get your water. And if you have your, let me move that way. If you have your energetic app already, get it. Let's get into a comfortable position and let's get ready to do our divine current boosting. I call it boosting because I only do like 5 to 7 breaths, but it's enough to carry you through the day or night or afternoon, wherever you are. It's enough to keep that circuitry and your cellular and your molecular system vibrating higher. Okay? All right, let me drink mine. You see? You hear it? All right. Nice and comfortable. Oh, let me check. Thank you, Catherine. All right. Nice and comfortable. Okay, here we go. And here we are, sweet beautifuls. Today is your day. Good morning, good afternoon, all of it. It's just wonderful. And remember, the perception of good and bad is not one to box you in either. Okay? This is just stuff you can play with, like we play at the seashore making sand castles. It's very temporary, because when the high tide comes in, it's going to wash it all away anyway. So you just have fun playing with your day. You don't try to make it like, oh, this is going to last through all time. No, that's not the point. The point is to enjoy your life journey. That's why you are here. And if you want to add some purpose in there with it, then you add that too. Whatever it is, this is your day. Create it the way you want to, your way. There's a reason why you, beautiful one, exists. And it is to enjoy living. Okay? None of this forcing yourself to do it the way other people do it and be unhappy. Now, it's another thing if you like the way you're doing it and other people are doing it, okay, that appeals to you. Go ahead, knock yourself out. But if it's things there that you really like, I don't think I like that too much, then it is within you to create the pathways for you to enjoy your life. Get about it. Yes, my dears. So, let us sign off. Remember, I'm on the Facebook, The Feel Better Coach, Instagram, The Feel Better Coach, YouTube, Segmet Says, and Twitch, The Feel Better Coach. And I think that's all right now. But, as you guys float through everywhere, tell your friends, because we are making change and beautiful presence vibrating and waving around the whole earth together. That's the beauty of all of this. Okay, my dears? So let's sign off. I love you 3 times. As you hear my voice in your ears, also understand that from pure consciousness, it is from you to you as well. So in all of us, let us expand in love. Here we go. I love you. I love you. I love you, sweet beautifuls. I will see you next time. And it is my pleasure. I hope you enjoyed today. Until next time. Mwah.